shadows hide the past, but every secret has a whisper. Welcome to Whispered Histories.
Picture this: you're walking through the bustling streets of ancient Rome in the year 67 AD. Suddenly, a sight makes your blood run cold. The emperor himself, young woman, dressed in silks and glittering jewels. But behind the whispers of admiration comes a horrifying truth. What Nero did to him remains one of the most disturbing acts of psychological and physical abuse in history. Before we begin, if you enjoy hidden truths from the past, hit like, subscribe, and let me know where you're listening from. We're connecting across time and space, bound by a curiosity about history, because this isn't just a tale of Roman decadence and a living person into nothing more than a doll created to serve one man's fantasy. Nero's early reign. At just 16, Nero ascended the throne. Rome celebrated him as a prodigy. He cut taxes, funded lavish festivals, and even performed on stage, entertaining crowds who adored him. But power changes men. By 65 AD, Nero's mind was unraveling. Perhaps it was paranoia, perhaps loneliness, or perhaps the tragedy of the woman he loved most, Poppaea Sabina. Nero and Poppaea Sabina. Poppaea was radiant, beautiful, intelligent, ambitious. Nero was already bound in a loveless marriage to Octavia. Their affair grew into obsession. Nero divorced Octavia, outraging Rome, and married Poppaea in a spectacle of gold and silk. But marriage didn't satisfy him. He isolated her, surrounded her with spies, commissioned endless portraits, and watched her like an object he owned. Poppaea's death. But Poppaea was no passive wife. During a heated argument, the unthinkable happened. Pregnant at the time, she fell victim to Nero's violence. Some say a single brutal kick, others a savage beating. Either way, she and her unborn child were dead. Historians describe Nero collapsing in despair, begging forgiveness, screaming at doctors to bring her back. But it was too late. His grief curdled into madness. The arrival of Sporus. Amid this madness, a teenager named Sporus entered Nero's sight. He was delicate, refined, with features eerily similar to Poppaea's. When Nero looked at him, he saw a chance to undo the irreversible, to bring her back. The transformation. Nero ordered surgeons to alter Sporus permanently. A dangerous, agonizing procedure meant to erase who he was. Surviving the operation, Sporus was renamed Sabina and forced into Poppaea's likeness. His hair styled, his face painted, his body dressed in her silks. Every gesture, every word, was reshaped. The wedding. Spring, 67 AD. Nero staged a wedding like no other. Senators forced smiles, nobles offered gifts, and musicians played. But beneath the gilded spectacle lay an atmosphere thick with horror. Life as Nero's wife. Sporus lived in luxury, but it was a gilded prison. He attended Nero at banquets, toured Greece at his side, and endured the delusion of being called Poppaea. Every day was a dangerous performance. Nero's fall. By 68 AD, rebellions spread. The Senate declared Nero an enemy of Rome. With his empire collapsing, Nero fled with a handful of loyalists, including Sporus. But as soldiers closed in, Nero ended his life. The emperor was gone. But for Sporus, the nightmare was not over. The final act. Passed from man to man, Sporus was kept in Poppaea's likeness until Emperor Vitellius announced a final humiliation. He would force Sporus to play a woman in a grotesque arena spectacle. He took his own life, barely 20 years old. Sporus' tragedy is not just about Roman decadence. It's about the cruelty of absolute power. And yet, in his final act, Sporus reclaimed what had always been denied him: choice, resilience, and the human cost of unchecked power.
You've just heard another tale from Whispered Histories, where the past still speaks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us as we uncover the secrets of history, one whisper at a time.